Should I text her? I don't know if I'm supposed to text her or not. Hmm. Hi, hi. I'm pretty tired. I just got off nightmares. Well, I mean, I'm done with the nightmares for a couple days. So, yeah. And I've got an interview with Dr. Knight in a couple of minutes. Oh, yeah, I thought I told all of y'all. Oh, yeah. You know how Geo's been crashing out EMS? I've been crashing out way harder. The radio is too much for me. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure it's hard even for folks whose brains work normally, but mine doesn't. Well, it, it's not from nightmare. It's autism. Well, even when I wasn't dealing with nightmares, it was still too much. The two are not related. It's just I'm not I'm not a good fit for it. But I've clearly proven that I'm perfectly happy to sit there for a couple of hours waiting for people to show up, so I mean, I don't know for sure. But how am I gonna know if I don't try it? Yeah, I figure if I do like it, great. We'll have a doctor that's actually around during the Australian storm sometimes. If we don't, well, I could always turn into a criminal. I'll probably just keep running the pizza joint though. Yeah. I've been visiting another city recently because it there's just not a lot of room for the lifestyle I want to live in the city. Yeah. I don't know if the PD is going to be any better though. But they have paintball and bowling and I think soccer and like go-karts and a whole bunch of stuff that's like not just a job or a crime, but like just for fun. There's no reason to do it except for fun. And oh my god, you need to see my beach fit. Uh so I walked up to another woman and her first was, "Oh my god, you look like a golden goddess." Yeah. It was exactly what I was aiming for. Their clothing store is a little weird. Like, there's some like body paint stuff I like that's in the body armor section, and there's a bunch of shirts. There's a bunch of skirts and pants in with the shirts. So it's kind of hard to shop there, but like, there's a lot of cute options once you figure out where stuff is. You just kind of have to write down the numbers you like, right? And paintball. You get to shoot your friends and not kill them. Well, a little punch to the face doesn't hurt too bad. Good evening, Dr. Knight. Yep, thank you. Okay. Uh, well, it's been a real nightmare for most of my day, but I'm awake now. Ooh, y'all get fruit. Mhm. No, you're worried. And you're no worries. I know my name is kind of hard to spell, so I'm very used to my paperwork getting lost. Yeah, like I said, I don't wake up for until about now. For the weekends, for the next couple of weeks, I can be available earlier, like late towards the end of EU Storm, maybe. Definitely for some of NA. That's going to switch next month to being Tuesday and Wednesday. Hmm. No worries. Stenography, I get it. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, most of the reason I joined EMS was to help people. And I thought being a first responder would be not more important necessarily, but like if they don't make it to you in the first place, there's no saving them at all. But I I don't have the kind of temperament to deal with PD radio, so um, if I can help here, I want to. It's too much. I can't. Um, well, I used to be the one primarily responsible for the animals around the farm back home, and men aren't that different from pigs, so it's pretty much the same thing to patch them up. I mean, we did take him to a proper vet, and I always made sure to ask lots of questions and do research so I could ask, like, "Hey, I think my animal has such and such. Would that be correct? Am I doing the right thing for it?" Because, like, I don't want to just hand it to somebody and have them make it better. I want to come to someone with a problem and be taught how to how to do it better the next time. And obviously, there's not we can't always teach our patients the same, but we can give them more knowledge about how to, you know, have a better life at least. My strengths, I love learning just for the sake of learning. If you give me a textbook, if you don't even give it to me, if you just leave it in the same room as me, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to remember a lot of it. And what I don't remember, I'll know enough to be able to look up easily. My weaknesses are I don't handle crowds very well, which is part of why EMS wasn't working for me. But um, outside of when the police are here, usually the hospital's pretty quiet, so I don't anticipate that being too much of a problem. Yeah, I can imagine, but usually the city's really quiet in the AU storm, so that's part of why I'm not expecting it to be too bad. Like if there's only 3 or 4 people, I think I can manage with that. But if it's a whole team of 6, I mean, well, the police will be dealing with 5 of them at a time, probably. So I can make it work. I can do the mom. I can do the mom voice. I don't like to very often, but when it's literally a matter of life or death, I'd be like, "Nope, sir, you need to sit down. It is not your turn. I will be with you in 5 minutes. Thank you." Oh yeah, I that makes great sense. I didn't even realize that. Okay, yeah, I did not realize that Skip ever assisted with shifts. That definitely helps a lot. Well, I mean, if we ever had like staff that were able to be on call, that'd be a lot easier. But it sounds like we mostly have interns, so I'm not sure whether that's currently possible. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. I was thinking for the days that I am able to be around earlier, I could probably email Nolan and get him to be on duty with me. So I figure if there's 2 of us around, Dr. Skip might actually get to sleep for a day. With any luck. Poor guy doesn't take enough breaks. Eh, that's true, but there's got to be some reason he was sending so many people to Sandy. Not recently, a couple weeks ago. It was back when Sandy started getting renovated, so yep. Mm. Oh, I've heard of him. He's the hospital director, correct? Ah, makes sense. Mm, I would like shapeshifting best personally because I don't really get in fights, and it's much more practical to be able to avoid or intimidate. So being able to be both a mouse and a bear, pretty useful. Mm, uh, that's a tough one because on the one hand, I really like RPG games, but I would never want to be the chosen one of anything. So I guess like Harvest Moon, maybe? That kind of was my life a little bit back home though. But with a lot more high school drama. Nobody grew out of high school drama there. Mhm. Uh, my first instinct would be, well, first you make sure everybody's not bleeding out. But once you've triaged, stopped the worst of the bleeding and started seeing people and getting skip if needed. Well, first thing you do is make sure you are safe before you make sure the patients are safe. But once everyone is not dying anymore, you would start just making sure everyone is as patched up as they're going to get after that bad of an injury. Make sure they understand their instructions. Don't run too much, or you're going to just pull open your stitches. Come see us in a week to make sure that everything's healing up nicely, that kind of thing. Um, I would instinctively want to write a report. Like obviously for HIPAA, PIPA, we're not going to want to share names with the police without any kind of subpoena. But I would still want to report, hey, a guy in a mask showed up with a very illegal gun, and he brought in several wounded people. I treated. Would I be able to say that I treated specific injuries as long as I didn't specify who? I don't remember that. Yeah, I would want to report like I treated this many bullet wounds and it looked like they'd also otherwise been beaten or something like that. Um, and just, make sure that the police are aware that there is a problem in the area while also not um, violating patients' rights to privacy. But also, I've been told that y'all don't normally do reports unless PD or the patient requests it. Mhm. Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I was thinking, like, if If they just have guns, that's normal for this. But if they come in with a bunch of bullets in them, that well, I mean, if they say it's locals, then sure, it's locals. But if they are, yeah, yeah, no, I don't want to be a snitch. Yeah, no, if I were going to be a snitch, I would have started a lot more drama by now. That's a pretty fucked up thing to do. Like, could they not have gotten that information pretty easily by just saying, "Hey, I'm this person's emergency contact. I'd like their records." Oh, that's something they really should be talking to a lawyer about. But I, well, I was going to say, but I also don't know the last time I saw a proper lawyer. Well, yeah. My legal aid apparently has taken a permanent trip to the Bahamas, so, I don't know. Never asked. Probably. I know he likes drinking. Um, a first step would be to check if they need help getting back into the bed, like if they need to be picked up. If they're just kind of in the bed a little weird, I might be like, "Hey, you might need to get out from under the blankets so I can see you a little better. It's kind of hard to get at your abdomen and make sure there's no injuries." If you look at the top of the bed, there's a button on the headrest that says E space C. That should help a lot. Well, that's my first step is to see if they need to be picked up and put back on the bed. I was assuming that they had like fallen out of the bed because they were unconscious. That was a good, I did not consider whether they were voluntarily on the floor for some reason. Usually, usually if they are involuntarily on the floor and awake, they're making a pretty good holler about it. Not something you really have to ask about. um, I mean, I checked they if they needed to be put in the bed, but I just didn't. Uh, um, if they are fully unconscious, well, check to make sure that there's no head, neck injuries. Because I really should. I'm very nervous. I'm sorry. Um, check for any spinal injuries. Make sure that they are safe to move. Get them on a seaboard if I think that there are any areas of concern, or even if I'm just having a little trouble moving them. And then once I get them on the bed, I would want possibly leave the cuff on if there were any issues with their neck. But otherwise, I would really want to remove the immobilizations for their comfort. Um, and then check in with Dr. Skip to see if it needs to go to surgery. But mostly investigating why they were out of the bed in the first place, past the making sure they're safe. First step would be to get a syringe of epinephrine. Make sure that they are treated for anaphylaxis. Check that their airway is clear. If it is not able to be cleared within a couple of minutes of the epinephrine being administered, I would want to do a tracheotomy to make sure that they are still breathing, getting some air in there. Um, Ideally, we'd be able to get the tube down their throat instead of having to cut in, but if it's swollen shut, well, that could possibly be more damaging. And then once we've confirmed that they are successfully getting oxygenated, well, I'd have them on a table, not a bed, for all of this, so that we're not making it worse. Um, and if they are able to answer, I would ask if they would like to be moved somewhere more comfortable that is not a bed, and we would try to figure out what is safest for the patient. And if they are not able to be moved, I probably would move them to a private, one of the more private rooms with a note on the door saying, if patient is on floor, this is intentional for their safety. Please do not pick patient up without making sure that everything is fine. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. Yeah. My normal speaking voice, I speak very slowly for where I'm from. So me speaking that fast is much more what home sounds like. My sister sounds like an auctioneer. It's really funny. Yeah, no, I when we were really little, I used to have to translate for her. Even now, she's a theoretical mathematician, and her poor students. Well, biology is a biology and chemistry are different from fourth dimensional string knot theory. Topology is a technical term for it. Uh, I have strong opinions about the show. I do not like the way it characterizes people who are autistic or otherwise neurodivergent. They don't say the words, but the coding and implication is very clearly there. And I think little Sheldon had him formally diagnosed. I don't remember. Hmm. I also just, in general, don't like how it treats not even if they're not a specific diagnosed kind of neurodivergent, but just people who are different. It didn't feel like nerds making something for nerds to me. It felt like somebody who doesn't understand nerds talking to other people who don't understand nerds about nerds. I don't want to say anything mean about a show you like, but it just doesn't sit right with me. I tend to be overly formal when I'm trying to be making sure I'm on my best behavior. Sorry. My name's not Heather. Hathor. Like I said, I'm used to my paperwork going missing. um, I don't think think I know enough to ask all the questions I'd want to know. So I want to learn more so I can ask questions as things come up. I mean, like, I'm curious about how a bunch of stuff works, but um, I don't think that you're ready to train me right this second. And I'm not gonna. For the most part, yeah. Mhm, yeah. So I have lots of stuff I'm curious about, but not right this second. Mhm, mhm, yep. So you can only be licensed at one or the other hospital, or oh, like would make Sandy the main hospital for the whole island? Oh, that would be a great way to get people to explore the island more, actually. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, no. The only time I've ever been to Sandy was there was one day when Dr. Skip was being extra weird, and EMS were instructed to just take everyone to Sandy and let Dr. Skip get it out of the system. Uh, I don't fully know. All I know is we weren't supposed to take patients to CMC, so we didn't. But I'd assumed that they'd be like the BCSO version of medical. Uh, do you have access to the pizza timesheet? Oh, well, I'm at pizza for most of the AU store most nights. So I'm used to just sitting there waiting for people to show up. Yeah. Um, no, I know most of the basics, like only doing the healing thing when I'm here. Like I can tell people, hey, I'd like to make an appointment with you so we can talk about this later. But don't discuss anything too medical outside of the hospital. Don't take any supplies out except, keeping a couple band-aids on me in case I bonk my head or something. Um, no, just handing stuff out. You know, yeah, awesome. Mm, that's okay. I wasn't expecting an immediate decision anyway. It normally takes a couple of weeks for interviews in my experience. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Knight. Yeah, thank you. Okay, you too. Thank you so much. Doing the polite professional voice is a lot harder when you're high. In hindsight, probably should have waited another half hour to take my gummy. Whoops. Whatever. Oh, somebody broke the poles. I mean, somebody's gonna want this lafufu. You know, if I'd been thinking, I would have just turned the other way. I thought, oopsies. What is going on with my eyes today? You can't park. You can't park there, man. Oh, is that a local? Sir, are you a local? That's probably a yes. Well, somebody will kick his ass eventually, but not my problem right now. Hello. I'm good. How are you? Uh, you already asked me. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm pretty zooted right now. What do I want to wear today? Oh yeah, I was wondering where that top, wasn't I? spawn. Oh, it's an undershirt for sanitation vests. I'm assuming that's what y'all are doing. Can't really see anything with his helmet. Yeah, the undershirt thing gets a lot of people. Yes. Oh, okay, y'all are not talking about sanitation vests. My apologies. Hmm. Hmm. If any of y'all are government employees, they have a couple of different shelves. I'm not trying to make any assumptions. I am, technically. Medical, I'm not a snitch. You're good. Just don't get me involved and I don't give a shit. What? Ah, interesting. I'm curious, but I will respect his privacy. Hmm. I've not seen any ghosts. The other day I visited my friend in another city, and I got so fucking high. I thought I was a cat. It was great. I couldn't figure out how to use my thumbs again for like 2 hours. Well, I was a house cat for most of it. Couldn't really do much. Just kind of wander around and meow people. It was still pretty fun. I'm sure it looked weirder from their side. Later. No. If I have to wear a necklace, it'd be the pearl one, I guess. But um, I don't know if it looks better with it. Like Perry was saying, she had something that was showing up in her. I don't know what kind of necklace Perry wears. Both like kind. I don't know if I like it though. But if there were a cross that fit in there, like I don't normally wear crosses, but that would be kind of sick as like a nun fit. Like kind of slutty nun, but not that slutty nun. I'm talking to myself again. I'll just go with my normal. Use this one. I don't know. It doesn't quite look right either. What are in here? No, I don't look at it. Hmm. No, I'm just gonna leave it off. Eh. Mm. Yeah. This skirt doesn't work with it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see, was there a different pencil skirt to this? I feel like yes, but maybe not. That was number 214 on later. No, I think this is the letter I was wearing a second ago. I swear the other city has like a high-waisted version of this. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it's just Coke. Oh, okay, there is another pencil skirt. It's just low-waisted. Hmm. Oh, actually, that one kind of works perfectly. Leggies. Nope, that's ours. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Tat stay. I don't know if I can get the shoes I want. I mean, I guess those work pretty well, actually. Maybe. Actually, don't know. here, but can't hurt to look. Nope. Oh yeah, I should turn on some music. Oh, I didn't realize that was new. It's a shame that's in the improved section because it's kind of cool. But usually if it's improved, it's claimed. Wait, those aren't earrings? What the fuck are those then? I'll figure that out in a bit. Where are the crossy ones? Am I just blind? Or are these? Yeah, those them. I mean, they're upside down, but oh, I have such a stupid idea. It's not a part of my hair. Is it? Oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to see if like fade under would. I think that actually does help a lot. Maybe. Help you? Can't see back there what's going on. Oh, yeah. I think that's actually going to solve a lot of my complaints about my hair. Sweet. Not a bracelet thing. I don't think there's any bracelets with crosses. No, it's not a decal. Okay, I don't think it. No, it's not a decal. Hmm. Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Well, that's good to know, I guess. want it for right this second, but eh, yeah, don't really work with the hairdo. I'm supposed to be looking at shoes.